on. That was Spawn with Back on Track. That was another very, very cool ska song, and we both talked about how much we love ska. And you know what? What I noticed in this song, I mean, like really cool, right? You know, just really had that kind of perfect time and get out of your seat and start skanking around, right? But the thing that stood out to me is one thing I listened for a lot, and it's mainly due to the fact that my brother has ska band growing up, and his bassist, this kid, well now guy, like an adult, right, was just something else. I mean, like it got to the point where he was taking bass lessons, teaching bass lessons, and almost kind of teaching his teacher things as well.
Right.
That's how good this kid was. So I always kind of listen out for the bass lines. I mean, not that I say, you know what, well, if they're not like him, then forget it. But no, the bass is like super cool. This one, like a really good job, because like bass in a ska band is not an easy thing, man. It's not your kind of your basic stuff sort of thing. You know, it'd be like going from playing rock and roll, which is not super easy, but a little bit easier than going to play ska, and or going from, let's say, from basic alternative grunge to like classical or jazz.
Yeah.
Right. It's a big jump, you know, and it's like saying, okay, well, now go jam with Les Claypool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, man. Do you know, bass is a mystery to me anyway. I assumed when we first started 1-in-5, right, there was only the two of us that first started, and we started recording some tracks just to kind of remember them more than anything.
Right.
And eventually two of those made it onto our first EP, but as more band members joined, they added their bits. But one of the things, on two of those songs, I play the bass, and you can tell which two they are, because they're the two we never play live. because I can't play the bass. And James just looks at it and goes, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know, man." I mean, they're good tracks, but you listen back and you go, "Oh, what?" I just thought, oh, it's easy. It's 2 strings less, right? Easy. What I have to say about this song, well, there's several things I have to say about this song. The organ is absolutely phenomenal. Spawn are just brilliant. Like I joined the 21st Century and signed up to Spotify this week, purely actually because my friend Stuart put a playlist up that I really wanted to hear. I've kind of avoided it for just because I can't be bothered, and it doesn't pay bands very well and everything else. But I thought Asker, loads of bands are on there, and I want to hear this. Spawn are on there, and I've listened to that album so many times this week. I'm going to make them rich, I swear to God. Spawn are brilliant. They are my new favourite band for this week. I think they're absolutely stunning, and I love ska, and I love this band. They're such fun.
Well, what I'm gonna do in the next, well, like not tonight, but the next like little bit, next like let's say month or so, I'll get together. Is what I'll do is this in the past is we'll play some old ska bands. They're not around anymore, but this is from some compilations that were made in Montreal, and the label was called Stomp, was for ska mainly, and they had albums called the All Canadian Club CDs. So
cool.
My brother's band was on both of them, but it's not just because of his band. There's a lot of good bands on there, and there's a lot of like intermixing, meaning like my brother's drummer drum for a band called the Plant Smashers and another band called the Kingpins, and but really cool, and just like that guy was another guy who just was fantastic. He just one of those guys, like he just kind of like Bonzo, like literally, or not Bonzo, like Animal, literally just beat the shit out of the drums, you know. But he was good. It wasn't just hammering away. Like he was really good, really talented. So that'll be some good stuff to listen to in the next little bit. So next up, we're gonna get to a new song by DF and the Alibis. This one's called "Won't Go Back." Dig this.
Go back to where I was before. I won't go back. The past ain't there anymore. It only stirs up trouble, so stay away from my door. The things I did back then, I don't do no more. The way I lived back then, I don't live no more. I don't miss a thing, I won't go back no more. I won't go back to where I was before. I won't go back, the past in there anymore. It only stirs up trouble, so stay away from my door. I won't go back to where I was before. The way I thought back then, I don't think no more. And the tears I cry, they don't fall no more. My tears have dried, I won't go back no more. I won't go back to where I was before. I won't go back, the past isn't there anymore. It only stirs up trouble, so stay away from my door. I won't go back to where I was before. The world I knew back then, it's not there no more. My sun is rising on this foreign shore. My future's looking bright, I won't go back no more. I won't go back to where I was before. I won't go back, the past isn't there anymore. It only stirs up trouble, so stay away from my door. I won't go back to where I was before.
DF and the Alibis. It's a great song, man. I really dig it. It's like really like cool, like, and it's hard to explain. It's kind of like old school. Like, I mean, definitely some heavy blues influence for like the guitar riffs and the solos, which are just really badass. So, I mean,
yeah, man, it's got groove, isn't it? That's
yeah,
the thing.
for sure. And then the singing, it always reminds me of like someone from the 50s or early 60s, you know. But really cool. And these guys played a show a couple weeks ago with the Bronsons as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man, I saw the Bronsons the other week. That is a good live band, I can tell you that. Wow. Oh, man, that's cool. Yeah, no, I thought they were. I thought that was a brilliant tune. It's got, you're right, a real kind of 50s, 60s kind of vibe going on, which is cool. It was kind of music to watch Pulp Fiction too.
Right, oh, yeah.
If you've got a film on in the background, but you're not really watching it, and you're playing a record next to you instead, that's the record you want on, and then you want to watch them shoot people and dance to that.
Right, it's like from one of the scenes at the diner, you know, like.
That's probably why I'm thinking of it, man. It's got that kind of vibe, hasn't it? Like, I can't remember what that song is. That's a great tune. But yeah, it's got that kind of feeling. But that whole film, I always thought had a kind of not just that bit, but it had a kind of 50s, 60s veneer over it, if you like, just in terms of the way it was shot and stuff like that. It kind of it had that retro feel, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of. I don't know if I'm the only one who does that, but I often stick something on the TV and then stick a CD or a record or whatever on, and that's the kind of thing I would listen to whilst watching that. It would add a whole new story to what's going on in the actual visual aspect, which would be, Maybe I'll do that one day and I'll tell you about it. I don't know. But anyway, that was cool.
Well, you can't have the briefcase, but I'll give you my wallet. What?
Yeah.
Reach in the bank, pull my wallet out. Which one is it? The one that says bad motherfucker on it. He pulls it out. It actually says bad motherfucker on it. Which is awesome.
Oh, man, that's so good.
Take the cash, but leave the briefcase. And I'm not going to ask you again. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it, man. There's all sorts of theories about that, isn't it? Like, people say, it's the
Marcellus Wallace soul.
Yeah, Marcellus Wallace. They say it's his soul. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And all kinds of stuff. But all I know is when it opens, it's just shiny, isn't it?
Yeah, that they left it a mystery. Completely left it a mystery.
Yeah, it could be a radioactive dead wasp. Who knows?
Oh, it's funny, man, because like it just a lot of the even the smaller parts, because it was obviously a low budget film, right? But nonetheless, it was a fantastic movie, anyways. But a lot of the people in it weren't like huge actors, but you'd know them from we'll call it somewhat smaller parts in movies are a bit more popular now. Like the guy who played Zed was a bad guy in The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So,
that Mask is one of my favourite ever films.
So
I must have watched that like 200 times when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, I know. Actually, no, I've seen it quite a bit too. I actually really like that as one as well, right? So. And it's funny actually because Richard Jenney, his bank associate, is a comedian,
right, yeah.
And the first time I heard Richard Jenney was probably when I was like 9 or 10, because what we'd done, my brother and I, is we'd gotten our dad Just for Laughs, because that's a huge comedy festival in Montreal. So we got him a best of, and this is like 89, 88, right around there. And I mean, I would love to find this cassette tape again, believe it or not, because I do have a cassette player still. But it had Richard Jenney, it had Bobcat Goldthwait, who played Zed in Police Academy, Jerry Seinfeld, Marsha Warfield, who was if you remember the show Night Court, was a bailiff.
Yeah.
And a lot of Kevin Meaney. Kevin Meaney is actually pretty funny, really cheesy but really funny. But anyways, Richard Jenney, like, he was so funny because they had it segmented. So one segment was about better halves, wives, what have you, and money. The other one was about rock and roll, and the other one so they had groups of different comedians for different things, right? And it was Richard Jenney's was pretty funny. He goes, no, I've had a lot of jobs. Goes, and the worst job ever, goes, shoe salesman in a women's shoe store. Goes, if you ever had the chance to take that job or go to Antarctica and sit over a flame of sharp porcupine needles, go to Antarctica, because you don't want this job.
Right on.
And then he says, he goes, they always get so excited, but you never hear guys, come on, let's go. Where are we going? We're going to get shoes. Are you kidding? That because well, the game's on. Forget the game. We're going for loafers. Right? So
yeah, man.
It's that's that sort of thing. But it was really funny, and I think one of my favorites was a guy. He was talking about Paul Simon. And essentially, they were kind of hitting on kind of corporate involvement with some of the songs, like not necessarily selling out, but paying royalties to play songs for a commercial, that sort of thing.
Right.
And he says one of the best ones is he was talking about Beach Boys and Mike Love, and he said, because I'm sure that's exactly what they had in mind when they wrote Good Vibrations, to serve to send the corporate profit. And so it was like, and just stuff like that. It's like, man, that was really funny, but absolute genius, and a lot of things ring true. Or one guy he talks about goes Paul Simon goes, one of the best